Happy?
Stitch on Friday.
I surprised her.
You did. I almost said the other thing. Yeah.
That's okay, sweetie.
Yeah.
I did it to you. I didn't
You did
mean
it,
to.
yes. You stumped me.
I did, and it's Stitch on Friday again, everyone.
Exactly, and of course you have to know it's first thing in the morning. I'm not quite awake yet.
I know. You get awake around 5, 6 o'clock.
No.
When she goes home.
Probably about 11 in the morning.
That's true. It's amazing. I think that I'm probably one of the people that wakes up the earliest in the people that I know.
Definitely, yes, and get going.
Well, I like getting going first thing.
I mean, I might wake up, but I don't like to get going until 11.
I know what you mean. And I actually get up and do a few things. Again, I get going.
Yeah.
But then by about 11 or 12, when you're starting to ramp up, I ramp down.
True. That is true. Yes. Very true.
I wonder how everyone here, whether they wake up first thing in the morning and start going, and whether you start stitching first thing in the morning. That's a possibility.
Well, I have done that.
Yes, I know. I'm just asking our people here.
I have done that.
Whether or not people here do that.
Yeah.
So what is it that you do? Do you go and wake up first thing in the morning, kind of like I do, about 5, and then get going right away? Or do you wake up middle of the road around 7 and kind of lull around until you get going around 11 like Lisa? Or do you have your own particular way of getting going every day? It's just interesting, that's all. And also, do you stitch first thing in the morning? I find that really hard to do. I've never really done that.
You've not been a morning stitcher, no.
No, I stitch in the afternoon and evening.
Yeah, see, I like to stitch in the morning.
Yes.
While I'm having my first cup of tea.
Aha.
And
it's the caffeine in the tea, let's face it.
Well, it could be, and quiet. Because my husband's not an early morning riser either.
I know.
I mean, I'm the early morning riser in my house.
I hear you. Look at Loretta saying hello.
Hi,
this is
Loretta.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
But I'm noticing that even though we have a number of viewers, no one else is saying hello.
Yeah.
And it could be that Facebook has done it again, that you're not able to say anything.
Yeah.
And remember, if you're on your phones, apparently it's not just Samsung. If you're on your mobile phone, or maybe even if you're on a tablet, it might be more difficult to do the comments. So we do have a few comments here now, which is great. But keep in mind, anyone who's joining us, if you're in your PC and or your, what's the MacBook?
MacBook, yeah.
Or on something like that, like a larger computer, apparently it's okay. But apparently trying to comment on your phone doesn't work as well anymore. So keep that in mind when you're joining us. Good morning, ladies, says Lynn Burton. You are here now without your phone, which is great. I am hot. We have a 24-hour heat wave. 34 degrees.
In England. Wow, that is warm.
Going to get back to 21 tomorrow. I bet you can hardly wait.
Yeah.
I don't think people in England naturally have air conditioning in their places.
No, it'd be kind of like here on the West Coast.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, similar weather. She says, I want to get up and stitch all day, but I don't until the evening. Too many chores. Isn't that the truth?
I forget about the chores.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why my house looks like a bomb hit it. But
the chores are not as important around here. Marty says, Olin. I'm sorry.
Hola.
No, she doesn't say that.
No, she
Marty doesn't say hola. She says, good afternoon. He said, Thea. Hooray, it's Friday. It's shot time. And you're, of course, yelling it, which is good because everyone can then hear you. I noticed that we do have 2 more comments, so I guess it's just not scrolling down.
Not scrolling, yeah. No. Another thing that Facebook has changed again.
Oh, well. Loretta says she gets up and signs in to work around 7:15. I stitch in the evening. I'm on my iPhone. Oh, good. Good to know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Loretta. Patricia Readout says, hello, everyone from Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Love chat time. Me too. Jane Sawyer.
Good morning, Jane.
Yeah. Loretta says, let's see, I get up and sign in. Oh, no, I've already seen that. It's
hot and humid here outside of Philadelphia. Yeah. Around 91. Ooh, yeah, that would be, yeah.
Good morning, Anita Verheyen. Nice to see you. Tanya. Very hot Arkansas. And Lynn says, no air conditioning here. Going to London for the weekend tomorrow. They have it there. That's lucky. I heard from my partner, Richard, yesterday evening, and he was on his way from Belize to Ottawa, where he's got a thing with his brothers. And he's just going to fly there and back in 3 days. Well, it's taken him over, I think it's about 24, 30 hours to even get to
there?
Toronto. He's not even in Ottawa yet. And apparently there was a big storm off the East Coast, which I'm not sure exactly where it went, but it touched down like a cyclone?
Tornado? Hurricane?
Yeah, somewhere around Ottawa, which to have tornadoes in Ottawa is like shocking. And then downed a bunch of trees and power lines, etc. And so no plane was going from Atlanta, which is where, Richard went from Belize to Atlanta, and he stuck overnight there. And then this morning they got him out. Apparently it was this huge storm. So it looks like it's going to be warm back there.
Yes.
Good morning, Kathy Bird. Did you get a storm? I was wondering about you and other people on the East Coast.
Well, last week Kathy was up in Alaska, so.
Oh, that's right. Right. I don't think you're there anymore, though.
Yeah. Oh, maybe she's gone back.
Kathy, are you still in Alaska?
Yeah.
With your family?
Or are you home in Virginia, I want to say?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I can't remember where Kathy Bird lives. I thought it was more like Massachusetts. But anyway, Joanne is there. Hello from Tennessee. We've had 102 degrees all week. So it's been a really hot time.
Hot in a lot of places.
It would be really nice if we could just even the temperature all over North America.
That's true, because we'd like to get a little bit warmer than what we are. You know, not that much warmer.
We're around 55 for the last few days.
Yeah.
Today it's a little warmer, I think. So, you know, I'm really grateful that we have cool weather.
True.
When I hear 103, that would be a bit much. So
I'd like to get up to about 75.
Yeah, when you are in the mood for sharing your heat, don't overshare.
Yeah.
Because we're definitely okay with coolness as opposed to hotness.
True.
It's so nice to see everyone here. Look at how many people we've got already.
Good.
So lovely. So what have you been doing this week?
Oh, geez.
I know, I always ask you that.
Okay, I've been finishing off a layout for a new design, like writing the instructions and charting. So I've done that.
You're almost finished, aren't you?
I'm almost finished.
Cross my fingers.
I still have to do the editing and some final tweaks to it. And then I've been trying to see if we could squeeze a couple more packs out.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
Did we have some more materials in the back that you didn't know about, or you knew about it, but you're augmenting a little bit?
Well, yes, exactly. We're adjusting, so we might be able to make a few selective packs coming up in the next couple of weeks or so.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of heard rumbles when you talked about it a little bit, because Lisa's in charge of decluttering. So she's the one who picks out the models that we have duplicates of, and so we can auction them off to you all. And she also is constantly doing inventory in the back, checking to see whether we have enough for this or that pack.
Or do we have something close that would work?
That's right. It's not an exact science.
No, it's not.
Well, that's really good news. I'm really glad, because I know people were disappointed last time that they didn't get their choices.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not going to be a huge range of packs, but...
No, but they're going to be favorites, aren't they? They're not going to be ones that people are not that fond of.
Yeah, they're going to be a couple, I think, fall, autumn ones. Sorry.
That's okay.
Got a little tickle. And then a couple of Christmas type ones.
Okay, well that sounds good, because it's getting on to that season. It's, there are people here who know very well that you start Christmas stitching, in January if you're a real fanatic.
Yeah, well, that's true. Some people stitch Christmas things or autumn things all year long.
Yeah, that's true. But generally, by about July, people start stitching, getting serious about stitching something big for Christmas gifts for Christmas. Joanne, that's so bad, 102 degrees.
Yeah. Good morning, Karen.
Crows, hello, good to see you. When I waved, it was at you.
Yeah. And good morning, Kim.
Yes, good morning. Margaret Biggs Melanson.
Good afternoon for you, Margaret.
I was rushing to get my stew in the crock pot so I could sit a while and visit with you all. Oh.
Stew.
Yeah, can we come to your house? I love stew. Marty says, here in the Adirondacks, the temps are predicted to get into the 30s. Well, I'm going back there. Okay. 30s and 40s on Saturday night.
Ooh.
We might have a snowflake dusting.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, in the mountains. Okay. Yeah,
And-
that's possible.
And that's Fahrenheit.
Yes. No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
cold. That's
yeah, that's
definitely
cold.
cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I'm aware.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know that
Yeah.
people in the States are not on the metric system.
No, that's right. Exactly. I mean, we've had snow in some of our mountain passes, and Mount Washington, which is a mountain on the island, it's a ski mountain, is opening up this weekend for Father's Day weekend, so people can go skiing.
Actually, that may not be the right thing to do because, as far as I understand, even though there's quite a snowpack there, it's also a little loosey-goosey when it comes to avalanches.
I'm sure it's
With
probably
the
not
weather?
going to be the best skiing,
But
but you
it
know,
is going to be open, huh?
it is going to be open.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that's unusual.
Mm-hmm.
June skiing?
June skiing on the island? Yeah, that doesn't happen.
When Lisa says the island, she means we're on in Victoria, which is on Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
It's an island off the coast of Vancouver, period.
Yeah.
Vancouver City.
City.
So there's a Vancouver City, and a lot of people get this mixed up when
Yeah.
they don't live here. There's Vancouver City, which is on British Columbia, what we call the mainland.
Yeah.
And then you have to get a ferry over to where we live,
Yeah.
which is, we call it the island. Of course, there are lots of islands here.
That's true, but you know, Vancouver Island is
It's the biggest.
the biggest.
And
Yeah.
also Victoria is the capital of
Yeah.
British Columbia.
Mhm.
So it's very well known, but some people might think, is that Vancouver that you're in, or
Yeah.
Vancouver, Victoria Island? I've
Yeah.
heard lots of
Yeah.
lots of things. Okay, Victoria is on Vancouver Island, which is apart from Vancouver City.
Yeah.
Good morning, Donna Granger. After that long
Explanation.
description, I mean, geez, do I have to do this? Like, am I a grade 6 social studies teacher? Geography teacher?
Geography, that's right.
Norma says, so glad to be joining you today. We had a tornado warning.
Ooh.
That's the
Yeah.
one. That's the one that I heard about. I'm sure of it. Tornado warning a
Absolutely.
day or so ago where we're blessedly spared. Where are you again, Norma?
I think
You
she's
remember?
in Upper New York State.
Okay,
I
that's
think
close
so.
to Ottawa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was quite a storm there
Mhm.
yesterday, and I guess that's why Richard had to stay in Atlanta instead of being able to go back to Ottawa. Kathy Bird, East Coast got a storm. Here we go. Kathy will tell us the weather. Let's see what she says. It was bad in Northern Virginia, where we live. Oh, it was?
Yeah.
We'll be visiting family in Alaska until mid-August. Oh,
Mid-August.
you're not there
Yeah.
now. Okay, good. You're not in the tornado. I'm glad
Mhm.
about that. So
Karen says, waiting back.
Marley says,
Hola.
hola. That's right. Sorry, everyone. The comments keep jumping.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
Just hang on. Let's see. Hi from Sunny and look.
there we go.
Hola.
Hola.
Good afternoon,
Yeah.
everyone. Hello, Marley.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
And then Carol Reed, hello.
For sure.
Geez, they're jumping now. So.
Yep, that's right.
Joanne, hi. Stitching the Oldfield Orchard. Beautiful.
Yeah, the Oldfield Orchard Sampler is
Mhm.
perfect at this time of the year
Mhm.
because all the flowers are just setting,
Absolutely.
ready to make fruit. Waiting on my fabric to start the stitch along. Oh, I'm glad you're
Mhm.
going to be doing it. Today will be the third part of the first section.
Yeah.
So, and Norma's in Rochester, New York. That's right. Oh, yeah, you know why I'm groaning now? Because I think it was last week I asked.
Nope.
Okay, I'm sorry, Norma.
Oh, and she said, oops, Rochester.
That's okay, I get it. I made the oops myself. Anita is talking about the flowers on her table. Those are my anniversary gift from Lisa. Because yesterday was the Victoria Sampler 25th anniversary.
25th anniversary since I started working for you.
We can call it actually the 25th birthday of Victoria
True.
Sampler, which
True.
is kind of exciting.
Kind of exciting,
And
yeah.
it's still here,
Yeah,
number one.
that's right. That we're both still here.
We're both still here. Victoria Sampler's here, and it's still here. Thank
Yeah.
goodness for that.
Thank goodness.
Yep. Thank you, Loretta. Thank you. And I was so surprised. Every year, Lisa remembers, and I don't.
Because it's an important day for me. So, you know. Yeah.
Okay, that means it's not important for me.
Well, it's the day that I, you know, because you hired me. So it's a day that I remember that my life changed.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Yeah.
I gave her a big hug yesterday.
Yeah.
And honestly, every year I feel so surprised and so grateful that Lisa's been part of this Victoria Sampler experiment. And it still feels like that, too.
Well, that's right. Yeah, it definitely started off as an experiment. And I remember you saying, well, I don't know how long this is going to last for. And I said, don't you worry.
You did too.
It's going to last for a while.
You did pretty good. Oh, that's so nice. Let's see now. Karen Crow says Vancouver Island and Victoria are lovely. Really have enjoyed the time spent in Victoria and Sydney and the rest of Vancouver Island. I was fortunate to have had my own car. Oh, you did.
Very
That's
nice.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That is the best way to come here because they're,
It's a large island.
Yeah, and local transportation isn't going to get you easily up the island, which is what we call it, because we're down at the tip of the island, at the bottom, at the south end.
Southern tip of the island, and I think it's 400 miles? The island
it's considerable.
Something like that.
Yeah, if you look on the map, you'll see that Vancouver Island is long and narrow along the coastline. It probably follows some mountain range, underground mountain range. Jennifer Chiang says, good morning, sunny and breezy here. Glad to see you live. Me too.
Welcome.
We're very glad to be alive.
That's right, yeah.
Happy anniversary, happy birthday. Thank you so much, Norma, Karen, Loretta. So sweet of you. And I have to say thank you to Lisa again for the lovely flowers. It was really nice to have that this weekend. I get to stare at it all weekend.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, exactly.
And this weekend, I think my daughter Petra is coming over.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, coming.
It'll be nice to have a visit with Petra.
Yeah, she hasn't been here for 2 years, so I can imagine. And she only lives in Vancouver, but she's really been careful about COVID.
Yeah. Well,
and it's hard to get away then.
It is. Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting. I'm glad. I said to her, we don't have to talk because we talk on Zoom every weekend.
Yes.
And for a couple of hours at a time. So it's not like we haven't communicated. But I said, don't talk this weekend. We'll just hug.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about anything.
Well, exactly. We'll just be together.
That's right. It'll be really lovely. So that's my week. Thinking about my week, I have been really trying to focus on the course that I'm still making. But just like my very first design, I remember making my very first design years and years and years and years and years ago. And I remember it took me over 6 months to make a design this big.
Right. Yeah.
And when you first do something for the first time,
yes,
I felt like I had I thought that I was really moving forward for 2 days this week, and I was.
Yeah. But
then I discovered that I couldn't use the the program that I was working in, and it just set me back yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I just felt like, now I have to start all over again. But that's how it is when it's the first time you do anything.
You have to learn these things, and you also had your, second booster shot too, so that kind of slowed you down a little bit too.
That's my 4th shot altogether for COVID, and I'm glad I went.
Yes.
Glad I got it out of the way, I must say, but I was pretty wiped yesterday.
You were, yes. I remember you coming down going, I feel just fine.
That was at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. I didn't sleep at all, but I feel just fine. And I went, yeah, sure you do.
And then I remember coming down, it must have been about 11. And I said, I don't think I can go any further. Because I don't usually say, okay, that's it.
You don't. You keep on trying. It's like, no.
Anyway.
Go upstairs. Go lie on the couch for a while.
I actually did. I fell asleep on the couch several times. I slept like a log last night.
Good.
So, I think I'm over it now.
Yeah.
But I don't have to say it with bravado.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just fine. Yeah, no.
Thank you so much, all of you. Louise Fossa and Norma, thank you so much. And Karen, for all your beautiful good wishes. Louise. Margaret, thank you. And Diane Zamudio is here.
Good morning.
Tanya, happy anniversary. How nice of you. Thank you. We are pretty much celebrating. I think that both of us are kind of shocked. I said to you yesterday or the day before that when I decided last year, June, that I was going to retire or semi-retire, and you said, no, you have to go till we have 25 years under our belt.
Exactly. I said, no, I need 25. It's a goal.
And so I think that was actually what kept us going.
Yeah.
Was that faith.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome.
Okay, so what do we have as far as models go?
I tried to pick some summer-ish models. Summery, that type of thing. And I think I'd like to start with this one here
Yeah, they're
because
starting to bloom outside.
they are.
Mhm.
Exactly. And it's one of my favorites. I really enjoyed stitching this series. I've done all of them. This is Hydrangea House.
Yes, I think that the colors in this one really remind me of hydrangeas,
Exactly.
but only the blue kind.
Yeah.
Not the
See?
pink kind. I wonder what it would look like if all the hydrangeas were mixed in with pink hydrangeas.
With pink, absolutely.
Wouldn't that be cool?
And I love the little bands, especially stitches, and I love the cottage.
The little cottage
Yeah.
with the roses on top and the hydrangea blossoms all in behind there, behind the birdhouse.
Absolutely.
It is very cute.
It's
You know, I keep looking at this thinking, this actually should be it is the right size for a sampler that has specially stitches and a cute little cottage
mhm,
and kind of really makes me feel like you've had it all when you've had this
absolutely.
this size.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
not too big.
No, they were nice pieces to stitch
Yeah.
because it didn't take that long.
No. And you can do, there's 4 of them this size.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having them all in a row or in a square? Like you have this one and then one here. Anyway, doing 4 in
Yeah.
a square. That would look so cool. What's the other one's called?
Poinsettia Place.
Oh yeah, that's for the wintry.
Then Sunflower Street.
Yes.
And okay, Tulip
Tulip
Terrace.
Terrace. That's the one. And all 4 of them just look great
They
together.
do. Yeah, they do.
Oh, Tanya says, so pretty, Hydrangea House. Thank you. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, me too.
And you know, you have to remember that once I've finished designing these pieces, I actually kind of divorce myself
Yeah.
from them.
Mhm.
They become their own thing and they have their own. So I can say, oh yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Definitely.
some I'm not that fond of when I finish with them. Oh, that one in particular I really like. Since it's your 25th anniversary, the Blessing Angel card this week is for you.
Oh.
Aw, that's so nice. We'll take it together. Dorothy says,
Good morning, beautiful ladies. Better late than never. I've been gardening. I had a stressful week, had a mammogram, and then had a call back for an ultrasound. Not unusual for some. Oh, sorry.
for some reason,
Yeah.
it scared. Oh, not unusual for me,
me.
but it scared me this
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I know. I've had a call back myself.
Mhm.
They're scary.
Oh yeah.
They make you feel like, oh no, okay, I escaped all this time, but not this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Luckily, it was benign.
Yay.
So yay. Phew. Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. And in that case, let's see.
And Dorothy's birthday is on Sunday. Well, happy birthday, Dorothy.
Okay, well, if
Yeah.
it's our anniversary and it's your birthday,
Yeah.
then I suppose we have to pull
A card? You want?
2
I
cards.
think it's your turn this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just turning things over.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is for Dorothy. And then we'll do one for us, okay? Because that's a different one. Oh, I got 2
You
here.
got 2? Well,
Actually, I have
you
3.
got 3.
But I am going to take this one, the top one.
Okay.
I guess Dorothy. Nope, this is not the right one.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to have the other one for Dorothy. Nope, that's not the right one.
Okay. Why don't you throw that back in and we're going to start again from the beginning.
Okay, I'll throw it back in. Okay.
You don't want to throw
No,
that
I don't want to throw that one back in.
Okay.
Sheesh. Okay, there we go. Okay, now you pick, because I'm really making things very bad. Okay, good. This for Dorothy.
Yeah. Go with your intuition.
Okay, that's a good one, right,
Mhm.
Dorothy? Go with your intuition. Only if your intuition says you have cancer, you don't. Okay, so don't go with that. That's not the right one.
No.
Okay, and there's this one. Treat yourself with gentleness. We have to do that
yeah.
for one another.
Yeah.
Sometimes the angel cards give us strange messages, and that last one I'm sorry, it just didn't work.
Oh.
And I hate to send out wrong messages
Oh.
on the
On this day?
on this day. It's just not the right thing. As far as wrong or right messages, I know that many of you are maybe not that superstitious that these things are important, but you know, when things like that started showing up, I'm thinking, okay, we have to maybe make some kind of other arrangement for our messages from the ether.
That's right.
And that one was not.
Yeah, that'll be
Positive.
saved to later on.
Yes, and it'll be fine another time, but not right now. You'll see when it is
Yeah.
the right one. I'll tell you which one it is. Okay, so Lynn says, I've been through your website so many times, and yet you still pull out a design I haven't seen before. Hydrangea House is lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, Lynn, that's so nice. Yeah, we both really like that whole series.
Absolutely.
And Hydrangea House itself goes with the other four because it's more like spring.
Yes.
No, summer.
Yeah, summer.
Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah.
It's more summer. And then
Yeah.
Tulip Terrace is more
It's the
spring. And then
Sunflower Street is
more
autumn. And Poinsettia Place is for the winter.
like she said.
Yeah.
What's our another model?
Our other model is Mermaid Song, and we have shown this before, but it is absolutely adorable.
It definitely is.
So it's actually a pocket. Let's see if I can open this.
I've also seen this done as
Pocket?
the back. I've seen it done as the back, which was done in a frame with
Oh,
the
very
mat.
nice.
The mat was cut out like a seashell.
Oh, that would be very nice.
It was
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
And just because we make it into a pocket
Mhm.
does not mean that you have to.
So that's the pocket
This
part.
is such a nice design, isn't it?
It is.
You know what I like about this in particular is the kelp at the bottom.
Me too.
You
And the mermaid. I really like the mermaid.
The mermaid is adorable, and so are all the fishes, but the kelp's my favorite. It just looks so real.
I like the orca as well. And this is a scissor case. There again. Scissors in there.
She's got a snap and everything.
Got a
And
snap
once
and
the
everything.
snap's got a shell on it
Got a shell.
at the top.
And so does the pocket too.
Oh yeah. Let's see. You see the shell? I don't know what kind of shell that is. Is that a clam shell?
I would say it's a scallop.
Oh, it's a scallop
I
shell.
think it's a scallop shell.
We don't even have scallops around here, but we put the shell in
Yeah.
anyway because it looks pretty.
And then of course a little scissor fob which has a lighthouse on it.
And Leslie is here. Yay, Leslie!
And last is
Welcome.
this needle.
Oh, my favorite. This one you
Yeah.
did. Excellent. Everything is always so good with you, but look at this.
And it opens up.
It's like one of those things that where you did this when you were a kid. You know that
Oh
one?
no, we've got a problem here. We've got a knot in it. Anyways,
Oh no!
Right there.
We're gonna have to cut that.
yeah,
It's a very small knot
a
suddenly.
very small knot. I'm gonna have to look at that and see if I can unpick it later on.
I bet you we can.
Yeah.
It's not completely knotted.
No, so we'll
Anyway,
have to
so the
carefully.
idea is like that.
Yeah.
And the fact is that there's the front, and then there's the back, which
Yeah.
says needles. Yeah, this is just like so well done. Anyway, I really
I'll
like
have
that.
to get that knot out later on.
That was done in 2008. Can you believe it?
I know.
We
Yeah.
have because of so many pieces, I put the dates on often.
Yeah.
You can see that we've really been going for such a
A long time. Yeah.
25 years, and that's only the time that Lisa and I spent together.
Yeah.
Because I started the Victoria Sampler as it is now with Lisa at the same time,
Yeah.
pretty much. I mean, I already called it the Victoria Sampler by then, but we really didn't get going until Lisa started working with me and for me. But prior to that, I think that was into 1997.
7. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've been stitching, designing since 1993, I think it was when I
Mhm.
first started. I've designed actually
Mhm.
at 1990.
Yeah.
That was my first actual little design, but I didn't start actually selling my designs under the Canadian lamppost designs
design,
until
mhm.
then. So I've been doing about 7 years of work before you came to
Before
work
I
with
came
me.
to work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But then you and I met at the local needlework
Yeah.
store,
We did.
which was so fun
Mhm.
because I've been working there for some time, and Lisa came to some of my classes when I first
Mhm.
started teaching.
Mhm.
And teaching in the in the Fancy Work store was my first teaching job. And I remember that feeling when I walked out, and I thought, these guys think I know something. I really don't. And I was just learning specialty stitches at the same time as I was designing them.
Yeah.
So, the things, I didn't quite know how to teach people, something that I'd only just learned how to do myself. And I remember one lady, she would always say things like, well, that's not the way you do it. I thought, uh-oh.
I remember that one lady, and I remember you coming up behind her and putting your hand on her shoulder because she kept on talking,
Chit-chatting.
chit-chatting,
Yes.
and so
She was kind of a compulsive talker.
yeah,
But that's a different lady. There was another lady who, I think in every class there's someone
always someone.
who knows everything more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably true because I certainly don't know everything.
Yeah.
But then, you know, you kind of feel a little deflated. You're the teacher and you're the one supposed to tell them what to do. Anyway, that was my first lesson in that if you're a teacher, you're not really the one that knows everything. You facilitate people learning. That's all you do as a teacher. It's not coming from you to them. It's like everyone here is there and on more of the focal point so that people can start to learn, you know, and that keeping things together and maintaining the class and that kind of thing, rather than it's all about me and what I know. I sure learned that. Teaching actually is more fun when you consider yourself to be the dumbest one in the class and that people will teach you stuff, and that really helps. Anyway, you've got another model.
I do, but I think you've got it up down there as well.
Would you like to show this one first?
So yeah, show that one first.
Okay.
And
Tell
this
all
is Strawberry Fields. I love the red of the strawberries in this, and that there again, I love the little cottage.
You did this one, and every time you did a little piece of it, you absolutely loved it.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a fun piece. The reds and the greens and just the yellow, it just all blended together.
Yeah, and it is. It's very cheerful, and it's perfect for stitching around now.
Absolutely.
If you stitch according to the season, this is strawberry season, at least around here.
Definitely.
So Strawberry Fields is one of my favorite songs as well, or piece of music. And there is the strawberry shortcake and strawberry jams and all sorts of strawberry things that go on at the tea house at the bottom. Karen says, I love your special Thea and Lisa's story. Such is life. You never know when a life-changing opportunity will present itself.
Isn't that the truth, Karen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was quite amazing that I found Lisa.
Yes. And if you don't want to frame Strawberry Field, you can also make it into a Bellpull. Now this one doesn't have the hardware on it right now.
But you can see at the side that you've actually turned it into a Bellpull. Yeah, perfect.
And I did find the perfect green for backing fabric. So there we go. That's that one.
Karen Crow says, I love Mermaid Song. I've started on this project years ago. Time to bring it out again.
And finish, definitely.
Oh, I hope you do, Karen. And if you do, I hope you tell everyone about it here. Because it's not an easy finish if you are very particular. But on the other hand, I remember when you did Mermaid Song finishing, you kind of scalloped even around here. You don't really have to do that.
You don't have to. And I think after I did yours, I discovered that it was really difficult to get that point. So we changed the bottom
just to
of
make
the
it
pattern,
a nice
just
curve.
to make it a nice curve.
Yeah, that makes sense. So don't do the scallop at the bottom, okay? And Loretta says, beautiful pieces. Thank you. Renee, good morning.
Good
from
morning,
Seattle.
Seattle.
Aw, thanks, Loretta. See, love the strawberry one, and we just had the strawberry moon. That's right.
Yes, we did.
Right. Strawberries are $7.50 per punnet here. I've never heard of a punnet, but I suppose it's like what we call a halleck. Have you ever heard it called a punnet?
No, I've not heard that. But Bob, my husband, just bought,
like a regular, a larger size.
A larger size,
Yeah.
And it was $8 here. Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting a deal.
Yeah.
Anita says, I have Mermaid Song too. Thanks for the tip on finishing. Yeah, that's a good idea, not to get too fancy. Oh, Leslie says 250 grams. Sorry, don't know how many grams one of those containers carries, but I assume it's the same one. It's the larger size.
Yeah, I think that's classified as a quart size, whereas the smaller one is a pint size. So I'm not too good at putting quarts into grams there, but...
You do everything else pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't quite got that calculation.
Anyway, if you love strawberries, just go get some. Actually, we have a strawberry field just down, well, anyway, a lot of fields, because this area of Vancouver Island is full of very small farms, which is where our small farm samplers came from.
Very
But
true.
anyway, the strawberry farm down here has some, and I'll go at night, at midnight, and go steal some.
Oh.
No, I won't.
Not something everybody should do.
No, not something I should be even talking about.
Absolutely, yes. Because, the farmers might get a little upset.
I think they might, yes. But, another really, a really good place to get these strawberries is we have the market stalls. I'm sure
Absolutely.
a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And then you know that the money is going directly to the farmers, not to the stores. And also, I don't know about you, but grocery stores here still try to pretend that the strawberries that they get from the California, I guess, or, somewhere else, maybe in Mexico by now, but that they get, and they import them green, and then I don't know what they do to make them ripen, but they don't actually ripen.
They're still white and on the inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Lack of flavor.
Hard, and exactly. So get the ones that are local while you can.
Yeah.
And by all means, get them directly from the farmers, because I think that those are the best.
That's right. I did find that the strawberries were a little tartar than they have been in previous years, but that's because the weather hasn't been warm enough to
ripen them correctly.
Ripen them with the sugar,
Yeah, oh well. Guess we
but
do
they're
what
still
we
good.
can.
Put them with yogurt and all that kind of stuff, and they're really good.
Margaret says, it's amazing how many UFOs we have. I have many.
Yeah.
I do have a friend who will work a piece from start to finish before she would start another project. I'm like that. I have to do that. I think she might just be weird. Yeah, I am, in the nicest sort of way. You're absolutely right. It is kind of weird, I think, for people who like to do a lot of changes.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I think she might have a point in that she just loves the feeling of having the whole thing finished before she starts yet another project. And I know from my point of view, I don't just stitch, I also design, and I can't think up two at once.
No.
I just can't. I tried it because I thought, well, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm willing to try it. And I remember saying to Lisa, I don't think I can do either one of them now. I had to stop.
Yes.
It was impossible. I don't know how to do that.
You couldn't move forward because you were always thinking about the other ones. So.
Yeah, they got mixed up.
Yeah.
And, I would go for a walk first thing in the morning and decide what I'm going to do. I would look at my sampler as it is and as it's turning out. And I look at it and then I go, okay, what's the next thing? So I visualize that, go for my walk. And as I'm walking, I can see things coming, not clearly, but I can sort of see what might work. And I often get inspired when I'm walking, and so that's how I move through. Well, if you're trying to think of two things,
that's right. It's kind of hard. Yeah, it kind of muddies everything up. Yeah,
ended up having quite muddy designs. So, do you have another one?
I do, and there again, we're going to show a couple of the alphabet designs from the alphabet series. This one is C is for colonist. And it has, there again, all stitches start with a C, including cross stitch.
And including the cat and the cross. Yep, and the cherries, and the clock, and the crow, and the chicken. And what I said colonist because here in Canada, where we've got such a British heritage, and I think that's what the original settlers were called. They weren't called settlers; they were called colonists because they were colonial. So they were colonists. And also, I think back east, there was the war of the colonists versus the American something. I don't know, but anyway, that's what people who were settling here were called.
And this is D is for dancer. All the colors kind of flow from one to another.
Yeah, they go really well together. All these alphabets. That little ballet dancer. Can you go a little closer and just see? Okay, that's definitely far enough. Yes. Now you can kind of see. It's a little bit difficult to see because she so matches the same color as the background.
Yeah, but it has, of course, here, let me hang it up this way and hopefully I can get it straight.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
The little dog there.
Yes.
Like the dragonfly.
I think the dog is doggy, and then up here, there's a dachshund there.
Yeah, and a duck.
And a duck, that's right. Why do I have to say that?
I don't know.
Why. I was
I don't
always
know.
called Thea Duck when I first got
True.
married.
True.
So I ended
Yeah.
up with a duck collection because I thought, well, then I might as well, if I'm going to be called Thea Duck, then I better have a duck collection.
Well,
It made sense to me.
when people ask how you spell your name, I said it's a duck with an E in the middle of it.
That's what I say. Loretta says, thank you. Beautiful. Joanna Fusen says, our strawberry farm sells them for $15 a gallon. A gallon. Okay,
Wow.
I wonder what a gallon. Oh, that's 4 quarts.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's very inexpensive.
Absolutely.
Joanne.
Yeah.
Of course, Joanna, you're in the States, right? So your $15 would go less far, or farther than here.
It would be what? About
$20.
$20? Yeah.
Yeah. If you exchange it for Canadian dollars, it would be around $20.
It's still cheaper than what it would be here because if my husband paid $8 a quart, that would be 32 Canadian for a gallon.
Yep. And Norma says a punnet is about a pint. Okay, that is a word. I had no idea. I love that word. I'm going to use it a couple more times. My 7-year-old granddaughter says, Marty, just a minute now, is it Marty? Yes, Marty. Just asked for strawberries for afternoon snack item.
Very nice.
Snack item. Margaret says, it baffles me the berries from away cost so much less than those harvested local. Bizarre. Always try to support local as much as possible.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. That is what we try to do. And actually, that is pretty much why there are small farm samplers, because I absolutely appreciate, and this was one of them, was the strawberry farm. Because I just love having the farms around.
Yeah.
And that's just a purely selfish thing. But it's also, those farmers, they work hard. And they produce things that are far superior to anything that we can get, sourced from elsewhere. Only because they are not just sourced local, but they're also grown local, and they're usually grown organically. I mean, you can't get any better flavors than those. And then what is your next item?
Well, you've got one right there.
Oh, you've got one right there.
Right
Shall we show them at the same time?
We can show them at the same time. This is called butterfly lace.
And this is called butterfly lace. So these are the 2 ways that you can easily finish them. You can frame one, or you can put it in a box.
Can you
show the box a little bit so that they see the box itself?
Let's see if I can open it here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, just show that it is a box. Because sometimes it's hard to see when you got it straight on from just the top.
There you go. And as you can see, this is the hydrangea one.
Yeah.
And that is the daisy one.
And I love both of them. They have totally different colors, but they're also, the flowers are quite different. So if you are kind of leaning towards one side or the other, that doesn't mean you can't change the colors on either one of these. And they're both in the same pattern now, called butterfly lace. And the lady says $8 a pint for what?
Strawberries.
Strawberries. We're talking strawberries because we showed the strawberry farm sampler. We started talking about strawberries and how delicious they are and how we love them and how expensive they are.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling they're going to be different prices all over. Wherever you are, you're going to be able to get them.
Yeah.
But nobody's actually getting away with having very inexpensive costs for anything these days.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Yeah, we're all kind of struggling under inflation. So let's hope that we can just manage to get through these next few years, because I think things will turn around again. I have no doubt whatsoever. It doesn't going to stay the same, never does.
Yep.
So this is one of the last models we have here. In fact, it is the last model, isn't it? Yeah. And what's this one called again?
Heirloom Family.
Heirloom Family. Are the butterflies stitched? Margaret, I'll show you the butterflies a little close up in a few minutes. This is Heirloom Family, and it is literally a labor of love. I wrote it, I made the verse myself, and it was meant for my family, my personal family, which are the Herfs and the Vanderbiles. And not that that means anything to any of you, but it really does have my whole personal love for my family in there. And of course, there's always parts of the family where you're not too fond of the branches. It happens.
Yes, it does.
So I never put anybody's names on here. I just know that no matter what, I have a family, and whether they're here or not here, or I'm talking to them or I'm not talking to them, I love every single one of them for, being part of their group. It's a big group. And
For their own uniqueness.
that's right, and they're all Dutch. So I definitely have the Dutch gene in me. And Margaret says, are the butterflies stitched? So let's show this one because it's easier to kind of maneuver. You may be able to see that the butterflies are actually created by poking through some wire through the linen and fastening that wire underneath. So it's kind of a small stump work butterfly that has its wings kind of sticking up. And this one sticks up a little more than I would like, but nevertheless. The wings themselves are made of wire that is covered in a similar color than the wings that I made them. So this is all covered with yellow floss, for instance. But then the yellow floss is actually also stitching down the organza that is placed over top. So I put the organza over top and just stitched it down all the way around, then I cut around it. So that's how I did it. It's fairly simple, but it's quite an effective look.
Exactly. Also using stainless steel too, which is
to make it stiff, right?
Yeah, a double-sided fusible web.
That's right. And here are this is the butterflies. You can kind of see better when I do this so that the three-dimensionality really shows up. And those butterflies are very realistic. You're welcome, Margaret. Yep. Leslie says, I love both those finishes. I had the butterfly one to do with the backpack. You've got an backpack? Mm-hmm. There are so many people writing us saying, I'm so sad I didn't have the backpack.
Yeah.
We did try to let everyone know at the time that we were...
They just sold very quickly.
Kind of did. Like literally, I don't know.
Within days. Last year.
Maybe a week or so. Yeah. Most of them are gone, and then of course, anyway, we are sorry. We can't make any more. We just can't.
I'm squeezing what I can out of what we have.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you squeezed quite a bit. It sounds like
I've squeezed quite a bit. So.
Well, I mean, from the point of view of we had none.
Yes.
And then we're going to have just a few.
A few.
Of a few. So that's going to happen, I think, in the next week.
A couple of weeks.
Don't say a couple of weeks.
Sorry, couple of weeks.
You're letting people know, and then they have to wait.
They have to wait. Sorry, the anticipation will build.
No. They don't even know which ones are coming.
Nope, not yet.
She's mean. Okay, we also have one more auction. I keep calling it antique auction. Yeah. It's an auction. I won't be putting this on until a little later on because I have a dental appointment right after this. Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry, but you'll have to. I can put up the pattern, the new stitch-along pattern, but I didn't even print it out yet, so you can't see what it is. But you'll see it right away after this live stream. I didn't want to do it too quickly this morning so that I would make mistakes, so I didn't print it. I'm sorry. Yeah. I should have, didn't.
Yep.
So this is going to be on auction. This is called Cottage Garden. Mm-hmm. It's one of the little Bellpulls. And notice that this Bellpull, by the way, comes with it so that you'd have a set of Bellpull hardware as well. Those Bellpull hardwares, this size, was around $25 a pair.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so you're getting a pretty good deal when it comes to the actual little piece. We only have a few more pieces left to auction off. This is one of them. And Cottage Garden is adorable, and it's got a little bell at the bottom. So I think you're going to love this. Those of you who are still interested in our auction, the last auction piece did not go very high. We understand completely because those of you who really wanted one got one, which is good. Mm-hmm. But we still have, I think, about 5 or 6 pieces.
Something like that, yes.
Mm-hmm. And so we'll just carry on and do one a week. Because it's hard to do all the arrangement, picture taking and everything. So we've decided doing one a week means that they actually are going to be sold to the lucky winners. And thank you so much, those of you who have bid on them. We really appreciate it. And we hope that at some point we are going to be done with getting rid of our models. Stitched models.
Yeah.
All the ones that are on the walls around here are not going because they're mine.
Yeah.
In other words, I own them.
Yeah.
And I want them.
That's right. They're your memories.
Yeah, they're my memories. They're my collection.
Mm-hmm.
What's really odd though is my collection, half of it are not in frames, so they're not on the walls, and they're kind of hiding in these plastic drawers. And I was thinking, okay, so if I move into like a 2-bedroom condo.
Mm-hmm. What are you going to do with all that stuff?
Yeah, so I thought, you were doing, which is getting a China hutch.
Yeah.
And you were talking about it last week, and I thought, what a great idea, because the drawers could hold all of the pieces.
Definitely.
Like the sets, like Mermaid Song can be put in a plastic bag and put in the drawer. And then you only bring out the ones that you like and display them behind glass so they don't get dusty. I just love that idea. Yeah. Basically, we can't put everything out all at one time, but we can shift things around. And the same goes, I think, for for frame stuff.
Yes, definitely. And that, my husband said, what are you going to do when we downsize and get into a smaller place? You're going to have to get rid of all your stitch stuff. And I went, I'm not getting rid of anything. It's like, no. And he said, well, what are you going to do? I said, rotation.
Rotation.
The
only difficulty with frame things is if you did like I did and got the nicest frame, and then they're quite thick.
Yeah.
And so putting them, we do put them side by side in boxes, but that does take up quite a bit of room.
It does, yes.
So I might have to get a permanent solution, like a storage solution. Somewhere.
Well, if you move into a condo, chances are you will have a storage.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And forget about things like, I don't know, Christmas decorations. We don't need those.
No.
We just need our stitched models.
Exactly. I mean, you just get a small tree.
A very small tree.
Very small tree. Although you do have ornaments, so it's gonna need a tree to hang all those.
No, I was just thinking, in any condo, you always see Christmas decorations in there. I mean, I've gone through, seeing other people's stuff in the basement or
storage lockers.
The storage lockers, gosh, they're funny. And every one of them has like Christmas decorations in there. And I'm thinking, just keep it up all year round, for goodness sake.
Yeah. Don't take it. Yeah. Put a bag over the tree and move that. Right. That way, it's always in the same spot.
That's right. Margaret says, I think I like changing things around. Easy way to change the view in the room.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very true.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Karen. I hope you have a lovely weekend also.
Absolutely.
And I will spend as much time with my daughter this weekend as possible. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any stitching in this weekend. How about you?
I probably will get some stitching in this weekend.
There you go. She'll do it for both of us.
Yeah.
But next week I plan on starting another design.
Oh.
No matter what, I have to keep designing because all the rest is not the same as designing for me. Designing is my creative place. Yes, and I need it. It feeds my soul. So I'm looking forward to starting something else again.
Cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're planning on starting again.
Cool, says Margaret. Thank you. And same to you. Okay, so now we are done for today.
I think so.
And I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. Also, thank you, Loretta. Thank you to everyone who's joined in. And thank you to you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for hiring me 25 years ago.
I don't know how I could even have. I mean, can you imagine that I hadn't done that?
I know. Yeah.
Imagine.
Absolutely. Life changing.
I remember who suggested it too was Richard. He says, "Don't you know anyone that really loves stitching?" And I said, "Well, there's this nice woman who comes to my classes. Her name is Lisa. I don't know. Maybe I could maybe ask her. I don't know if she'd even want to do it."
Yeah.
And boy, I've never seen anyone so happy with a change of pace that decided.
Absolutely.
For you,
oh, definitely.
You were working at something you really weren't fond of.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know. Like, you could just ask, right? I thought she'd say, "Oh no, I'm already working. Forget it."
Exactly. No, I remember that day coming in to see it and going, by chance, dear, let's work together. I think it would turn out.
And here we are, 25 years later. So thank you.
And it did turn out. So
it did so far.
Yep.
I hope you all have a good weekend. See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.